Hello, and welcome to the NEAOA News. I'm Sarah Bennett.
And I'm Derek Piper. We have quite a show for all of you today, don't we, Sarah?
Yes, we do, Derek. We begin our story in New York City. The Wall Street protesters have begun their third week of protesting. People all around come in support every day. The people have been protesting against the loss of jobs from the bank bailout.
Hundreds upon hundreds of people join the marches every day. Just recently, veterans that fought in Iraq, Afghanistan, Vietnam, and even far back as World War II have joined the march to occupy Wall Street. We have blurred their faces in order to protect their identities. Their protesting isn't going unnoticed either. This protest has spread internationally as far as Australia, and it makes me wonder, what do other people think about this issue?
Well, let's find out. Let's go to some local residents and see what they think about the protest. Do you know about the Wall Street protest?
Yes.
What do you think of it?
I think it's a hard question to say at this point. I think it's still really changing a lot. Like, I guess I support some of their ideals about what they're protesting about, but I think the movement in general is just still kind of scattered, and I don't know, it's hard for me to state my opinions.
Do you know about the Wall Street protest?
I know it is on Wall Street, and I know it is a protest.
People have joined together on Wall Street to protest the bank bailouts and the loss of jobs because of it. What do you think about that?
I think it is very important for Americans to have jobs, because if they didn't have any jobs, they wouldn't earn money, and without money, how would anybody buy any ice cream?
That is a very good point. Everyone needs ice cream.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of, like hippies hanging out on a curb that, want some kind of like social revolution or something, I mean, I think that they've been noticing that there's a lot of economic downfall going on in our country right now, and we need a solution to this. And right now the people are just revolting because there is no real solution to it. So there's basically just a lot of angry people that are out of work and have no money and are just trying to feed their families, having this protest because there's a lot of problems going down in our country right now. Like, the officials at Wall Street misusing their authority and the money that goes into their banks for personal use, which is extremely corrupt, and it's taking money away from our citizens. But in reality, money is not what it's really all about, because money doesn't really do you any good unless if you can trade your money for something, Like, you can't eat money and get nutrition out of it. You can't, use money to keep you warm in the middle of the night. But if you can trade your money for, a nice blanket and, a bowl of chicken noodle soup, then you're doing pretty good. But the thing is that the wealth isn't in the money, it's in the chicken noodle soup and the nice quilt that you got, It's like, we need more quality based on actual goods and less emphasis and greed based on the money that a certain amount of person has, There needs to be more of an understanding that there's things that we need that's not money, to survive. Like, you need food, you need water, you need shelter, and these things need to be provided. And it's great that you can work for money and then have money so that you can trade for these things, but if these things aren't around, then what good are any of them, and what's good your money? The money's not really doing you any good. It's really all about the goods.
Do you know about the Wall Street protest?
Well, no, not exactly. I've heard a little bit about it, and if it has to do with anything with the Wall Street bailout that took place in New York City, and I think it probably has affected a lot of us.
Yeah, a lot of people had been protesting because of the bank bailout and the loss of jobs because of it. What do you think about that?
I think the bailout, I'm not quite particularly sure how all that worked out, but I think the loss of jobs affect all of us. I think we all know someone in our community, in our neighborhood, where we work at, that has lost their job and probably hurting at this time.
Yeah, that is really sad.
There we have it.
All right, and I want to to thank you for allowing me to do this interview. I think it's really good. I think it's good of you kids.
Well, thank you. Now let's head back to the studio. We are back with some teen news. Eric Tarantino was the victim of a shark attack on Saturday at Marina State Beach in California. He was bitten on the right forearm and fatally in the neck. His friends used beach towels to stop the bleeding, and then he was air rushed over to the hospital. He is to make a full recovery.
It looks like that shark took off more than he can chew.
Ah! Oh, you're funny, Derek. You really are.
Lady Gaga is now launching a foundation with the MacArthur Foundation and at Harvard University. The nonprofit Born This Way Foundation focuses on youth empowerment and helps build self-confidence, well-being, anti-bullying, mentoring, and career development. Lady Gaga and her mother run the foundation.
That's sweet. I hope the foundation goes well. During this era, commonly referred to as the media era, kids are the main subject to modern technology. We all have iPod, phone, computer, but are kids getting the technology skills they need to make it in this world? Boys and Girls Club all around have teamed up with Microsoft and Comcast in order to teach kids about collaborating on film projects, making some music, and designing posters.
The program has reached over 850,000 kids. Studies have shown that students that go into technology studies do much better than those who don't.
Really some fascinating stories out there, huh?
Yes, very. Let's go to Jess to see what the weather is like. How's it look out there, Jess?
Morning by morning, the temperature has been dropping. We have seen more and more rain. Today has been raining all day, so I don't think we're going to see the sun anytime soon. So you better dress warm so you don't catch cold, because the flu's going around right now at school. And this weekend we have chances of getting snow. Okay, thank you. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Jess. Well, that's it for the news. I'm Sarah Bennett.
And I'm Derek Papa, and thank you for watching.
Join us next time for the NEAOA News. Bye!